The Witch of Nsanji Village. Deep in the heart of Nsanji, a remote village surrounded by dense forests and rolling hills, there lived an old woman named Mama Kenga. She was known far and wide as the Witch of Nsanji. Some whispered her name with fear, while others spoke it with reverence. Nobody truly understood her, but everyone agreed on one thing. Mama Kenga was no ordinary woman. Her small hut stood at the edge of the forest, its walls covered in vines and its roof patched with leaves. It was said that her garden bloomed with plants no one else could grow, herbs that cured illnesses, flowers that glowed under the moonlight, and roots that could either save a life or end one. Villagers avoided her home during the day, but at night, desperate souls seeking help would sneak to her door. Mama Kenga's reputation stemmed from an event decades ago. One stormy night, a mysterious illness swept through the village, sparing no one except her. When she emerged the next morning, seemingly untouched by the plague, rumors of her powers began to spread. Over time, she became both a healer and a scapegoat. If a harvest failed or cattle fell ill, people whispered that Mama Kenga was behind it. Yet when they needed a cure, they came running to her. A new threat. One day, the chief's son, Kobe, fell gravely ill. The village healers tried their best, but none could cure him. His body grew weaker by the hour, and the chief, a proud man, had no choice but to turn to Mama Kenga. With heavy steps, he approached her hut, carrying gifts of food and cloth as an offering. Mama Kenga opened the door before he could knock, her piercing eyes seeming to look right through him. "I know why you're here," she said in her raspy voice. "Bring the boy to me, but understand, my help comes with a price." Desperate, the chief agreed and carried his son to her hut. For 3 days, Mama Kenga worked tirelessly, brewing potions and chanting incantations. On the 4th morning, Kobe opened his eyes, his strength miraculously restored. The chief wept with gratitude, but Mama Kenga simply smiled, her expression unreadable. The price of magic. As days turned to weeks, strange things began happening in the village. Crops withered overnight, rivers dried up, and the forest became eerily silent. The villagers grew restless, blaming Mama Kenga for their misfortunes. The chief, too, began to doubt her intentions. "She saved my son," he said during a village meeting. "But at what cost? Has she cursed us in return?" The villagers, fueled by fear, decided to confront Mama Kenga. They marched to her hut with torches and weapons, demanding answers. Mama Kenga stepped out, her frail form dwarfed by the angry crowd. "You blame me for your misfortunes," she said, her voice calm. "But it is not I who have brought this upon you. The forest spirits are angry because you have taken too much without giving back. I warned you years ago, but you did not listen." Her words fell on deaf ears. The villagers accused her of witchcraft and dragged her to the center of the village. Just as they were about to punish her, the sky darkened, and a powerful wind swept through the village. Trees bent, and the ground trembled. From the shadows of the forest emerged a figure, a towering spirit adorned with leaves and vines. Its voice boomed like thunder. "Fools, you accuse the one who has protected you for years. Without her, your village would have perished long ago." The villagers dropped their weapons, trembling with fear. The spirit turned to Mama Kenga and bowed. "You have done enough for these people. It is time for you to rest." With that, Mama Kenga disappeared into the wind, leaving the villagers in stunned silence. From that day on, the forest began to heal, but Mama Kenga was never seen again. Some say she became one with the spirits, watching over the village from afar. And so, the legend of the Witch of Nsanji lived on, a reminder of the balance between man and nature, and the power of those who walk the line between the two.